So, did you know the next total solar eclipse visible from the United States will be 2044,
Dang.
which is also when LP6 will be coming out?
Only Pod Was Above Us, Episode 3, Release. I'm back with Connor and JJ. We've heard LP5. Let's get into it. OGWAU is here, sort of.
Sort of, kind of. Soft launch.
And we got a review copy.
It's true.
Connor, you had an exciting day today.
Sure did. I went on the Vampire Weekend scavenger hunt, day 1. We went to the Cousins Alley from Contra and stood there for an hour waiting for something to happen.
And what happened?
40 people showed up, and then there was like 2 teenagers came out and handed out like 5 records that were signed, and then we all left.
Nice. Did you talk to anybody?
Yeah, I met a couple people. Everyone there was really nice. Great vibes. Shout out Victor.
You told me earlier that the people were wearing what looked like bootleg OGWAU shirts.
Yeah, I thought they were bootleg. They just looked like people that showed up for the Instagram thing. But it was just the ones that you've seen that say Vampire Weekend with the car, I think, on it. Everyone there was sort of hoping that there was going to be a live show, and it was hilarious because these box trucks kept coming down the alley, and this crowd of people would shuffle after it like zombies. And these people probably thought they were being gang stalked by a bunch of Vampire Weekend fans. Yeah, we were lined up on both sides of the street, so whenever anybody walked through, it looked like we were going to jump them or something.
Prep school gangsters.
Exactly. There was no pop-up show, sadly. Theories were about that maybe it would be a late night show segment since it's release week. How Jimmy Fallon, friend of the band, and Stephen Colbert oftentimes will do music segments in New York.
That's a good guess.
Another guess was that it was an April Fool's joke and nothing would happen. Around 30 minutes in, that started to feel possible.
Yeah. That'd be cold.
Yeah. And if you were one of the, 99% of people there who didn't get a vinyl, it sort of felt like April Fool's. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, 6 or so records is scant.
Married in a fool's gold rush.
They will have signed albums at the Austin show.
They selling them?
Yeah, 588, they said.
Dollars?
Yeah. No, but that many copies, and I feel like the venue holds like 1,500 people, so pretty good odds.
It's really small, yeah.
I feel like they'll probably have some merch, too, for the show.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of merch, if you're coming to any of the scavenger hunts this week, I'm going to be there with some stickers to hand out from Sticker Pack 1. You'll see the Vampire Weekend Metro card, subway sign, subway token, newspaper. The gang's all there.
How will people find you?
He'll be at the wrong side of the alley.
Looking sketchy.
I'm not sure yet. I think I might wear some Vampire Weekend gear.
Yeah.
But stay
Weekend
tuned.
at Bernie's shirt.
Yeah, Weekend at Bernie's shirt, most likely. I'm going to wear a big red puffer jacket. I'm going to try to do that. That's what I did today.
Vampire Weekend announced some European show dates. Openers include Yay Vagabonds, who's Irish folk, Teenage Fan Club, which is a 90s rock band, China Crisis, which is an 80s techno band, and Charlotte Adigerie and Bolas Pupil, which is contemporary French dance music.
Wow. Are these in their respective countries?
Irish folk is in the UK, so I don't know. Maybe. But Charlotte Adigerie and Bolas Pupil are in France. China Crisis is not in China.
Bummer. China is also not in Europe. Even more heartbreaking.
No, but China Crisis will be. Connor, you placed a pre-order today.
I placed a pre-order on that, what's it called?
Blood Records.
Blood Records. My good friends at Blood Records. I placed a pre-order. Yeah, they are in the UK, so the shipping was $20, which made me hurt, but the record is awesome. It's got a blue splat on it and some blue light graffiti on the cover. The catch is I don't own a blue light, so I'm going to have to take their word for it or buy a blue light.
Yeah, and as it says in the description, UV torch not included.
Damn. You think they're going to release Vampire Weekend UV torches? Sort of like an Apple situation with the dongle.
Yeah.
UVWs.
Yeah. I'd never heard of Blood Records until yesterday, but they make some beautiful vinyl records.
Yeah. And it's a run of 3,500?
I think just 3,000.
Oh, 3,000. Dang.
Currently, just over half remaining for sale. The vinyl's also got custom, like the art in the center of the vinyl is different than the standard release.
You mean like the sticker
Yeah.
on the record? Nice.
So, what did y'all think of OGWAU?
I thought it was great. No skip.
No skips.
All killer, no filler. I think it lives up to. It feels monumental. It feels like a missing link also, in that LP3 and LP4 was a bit of a jump. This one feels related to both.
Yeah. I like the callbacks musically to older songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The end of Ice Cream Piano's got a part that sounds a lot like the beginning of Blake's Got a New Face.
Yeah.
And then
There's some Mansard Roof drums.
it's Connect, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. It's already getting great reviews in the New Yorker. They're saying it's some of the best lyrics, and it's hard to disagree.
Ever.
Well, from Ezra Koenig, they said that there's not been a bad Vampire Weekend album, but this might be the best one.
Solid. I agree. Do you have a favorite non-single track?
Mine is Prep School Gangsters, I think.
I like Connect a lot and Ice Cream Piano.
I saw a good meme that was like, oh my god, that album was amazing. I don't know what the meme is of. I don't know the original
It's from Tintin.
source.
I saw this
Tintin?
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, that album's insane. And they're like, that's just Ice Cream Piano. I feel like Prep School Gangsters has a sort of an LP1 vibe. Not in the whole production, but in the sound of it and the lyrics.
I just really like it. Feels very raw and like heavy spring reverb on the guitars, and it's a vibe.
I'm paraphrasing this New Yorker article. They were talking about dealing with the trauma of the trilogy albums and the criticisms of the band being like prep school privileged, African drum stealers.
I feel like there's a lot of reckoning in the lyrics with the beginning and the career.
Mm-hmm.
What stands out to you about Connect?
I mean, I love the instrumentals, but you can say that about any of these songs. The part that jumped out at me immediately in the song is the bass line. And the visual of Bio with an upright bass. There's just such like an insane driving excitement that I'm not sure Vampire Weekend has pulled from a lot in their bass lines. It's usually the drums or a guitar or a piano as the racehorse. So that's pretty cool. It's super danceable, and I want to see Bio dance to it as well. It's really distinct.
I think we will see Bayo with a upright bass, the live show. It's on enough songs.
It's gonna be so cool. I'm curious. The backing band. What parts do you think they're gonna take, or are they published yet?
I think lead guitar and violin is one of them, and the other one is saxophone and keys.
That's gonna be great.
Ray Sewin and Colin Killalea.
Shout out.
Shout out. Ray Sewin appears briefly in the classical video.
Nice.
Any lyrics that stood out to you? Ones that stood out to me, right off the bat, you don't want to win this war because you don't want the peace. And then also the vampire lines. in Ice Cream Piano. Ice Cream Piano uses the word vampire for the first time in the discography.
It's huge.
Huge. In Connect, he sings Hope Brings Me Down, which I think is interesting given that Hope is the last song in the album.
A highlight of the album.
And then I also liked I Wonder If They'll Wait a While to Wipe Away My Crocodile, referencing Ezra's Lacoste logo graffiti from when he was in college. That it's probably still there.
I saw it on Street View recently. It's confirmed still there, and I'm hoping the scavenger hunt takes us there this week.
Feels likely. And then also, I think in Pravda, Leaving at the Rising of the Moon. So I think we can expect, after the eclipse, Ezra to depart the stage, ending his career in Vampire Weekend.
Yeah, this dude loves the moon.
Yeah. A lot of moon references.
He calls himself a vampire, acting like a werewolf.
You think he's preoccupied with turning 40?
That's pretty much becoming a werewolf.
Yeah.
I mean, it sort of makes sense. A lot of his music is about being afraid of becoming old. And now you're sort of like firmly, elder, as far as indie pop goes.
Ironically, he appears to never age.
Debatable.
At least slower than the general population.
Yes.
Which track are you most looking forward to hearing live?
I think classical is going to be great. That's where it's going to shine.
JJ, you have a thought on hearing a live one?
I really liked Hope. I think we were all thinking it was going to be a jam track. It sort of is, but I don't know. That seems like a good one you could sway to live. I know it's not the most exciting, but...
Yeah, not as much jamming on this one, to be honest. I was expecting, one of them to feel like a Grateful Dead song. But the closest we get is, Fish, which is, it's not the same.
Where do you see the fish? Is it in Ice Cream Piano?
Probably.
I'm not very familiar with Fish, but Connect
Good
being
for you.
so wild. It's like cigarettes. Don't ever start. But I feel like they're a sillier band. And Connect is kind of a silly song in a way.
Yeah, their fans are doing a lot more, nitrous balloons.
Yeah. I think I'm most looking forward to hearing Connect live. It's kind of like a jazzy, hardly even a rock song most of the time.
Mm-hmm. I'll say, Connect reminded me of the part in Ezra's poem about the Beastie Boys when they lived in LA. In one of their, after their initial career arc, MCA, one of the Beastie Boys just, went off and learned how to play upright bass and didn't tell anyone. And then just, came back and their music had this crazy, funk jazz influence. One of my favorite albums, Non-Vampire Weekend, is Check Your Head by the Beastie Boys. So, yeah, Connect is great for the reasons a lot of music I love is great.
Do you think Bayo just went off and learned upright bass? Came back?
Hope he didn't tell anyone.
He just pulls it out at a rehearsal.
Pulls it out of, a Mary Poppins bag.
Yeah. A lot of upright bass players would like that. How does it sit for you after only a couple listens in the discography? Where do you rank it?
It's too early to say.
Do you have a gut instinct ranking?
I think it's top 3.
Top 3?
Mm-hmm.
What's number 5?
I'm gonna get murdered. You're trying to murder me.
You didn't just say where you'll publicly be, so you're fine.
And what you're going to be wearing?
I'll say Father of the Bride was refreshing. It was different and unique.
Damn. JJ? Gut instinct?
I'll put it 3rd, I think. Right in the middle of the pack for now.
Yeah. What's number 1?
I think LP1 is still, it holds a special place in my heart still, so.
I'll say it's top 2 for me, for sure.
What's the other one?
LP1.
I'm feeling the generational gap between us.
Right now, I'm feeling it number 1, but gotta sit with it for longer. My official suckadogdick.com review is that OGWAU is ambitious, confident, and executed with extreme precision.
Hmm.
And it's meticulous chaos. The lyrics are riddled with allusions to hidden powers, and the protagonist seeks contentedness and comfort despite feeling powerless. But I also feel that the album itself stands as a counterpoint to that. You're in control of your own creation. As the protagonist sings, "You are the author of everything. Use this voice and let it sing." Listener questions from Carlos Nacho. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
A hot dog is not a sandwich.
Hot dog is not a sandwich.
I say a hot dog is a sandwich. It's meat between two bread sandwich.
It's one bread and folded on itself.
Well, like a hoagie roll, not cut all the way through.
I think that the meat is the wrong shape. The meat needs to be sliceable. And if you did that, it would be like pepperoni, and that's just not really a sandwich.
What if you sliced it lengthwise?
That would be terrifying.
I think Five Guys serves hot dogs that way. Is that right?
I don't know. Their food is so expensive now. A hot dog there is like $8.
So I go to Costco.
You get the peanuts.
Street peanuts?
No, they have like the boxes of peanuts at Five Guys.
Oh, right.
Not just peanuts off the road. What?
Yeah. The ones on the ground.
Wait, what are street peanuts? Just glossed over that for a second.
The carts like in Midtown? It's like hot nuts. They sell like cashews and
yeah.
stuff. Sell peanuts on the street.
That's got to be like some kind of CIA op or something. Nobody's ever bought something from one of those stands.
Oh, I bought stuff there last week.
From a nut
You
stand?
can get a cashew. Yeah.
Yeah?
You can get cashews for $3 or you can get 2 for $5.
Oh.
2 for $5 is the way to go if you're an investor like me.
Like bags of cashews? Or
2 cashews for $5.
It's like pouches.
When I was little, my dad hated when we would do this, but while my parents would check out in the grocery line, my sister and I, would dig under the Coinstar machines for any change that dropped down. And he just thought that was a bad look for us. Joke's on him, I found $5 one time. But that's
so
what
funny.
I think real street peanuts are, is you hanging out by the cart and just grabbing whatever fell out during transactions.
Just on the ground.
ACG the GPS asks, favorite opener / favorite closer for a Vampire Weekend live show?
So, I was thinking about Cape Cod Quasi Quasi when I thought of this question, but I'm thinking specifically of when Ezra came out during the Chromeo set at Governor's Ball in 2014, and he did one that felt sort of like acoustic and like light, and it just I don't know, made me wish that it was his set and not Chromeo's. It lightens the mood and gets you like, you're like, I remember then.
I really liked Red Rocks Night 2 2019. They opened with Hold You Now. And then even though they had been playing Harmony Hall late in every set, they played that next. Same order as the album.
I also saw Harmony Hall open at the 2020 Bernie rally at the Iowa caucuses. And that was great because they like slowly built it up while people were talking. And then everyone left the stage except for the band. And they really got into it.
Actually, like when they opened with Bambina, I did a little research. I feel like that's also a good. I love the little breakdown in Bambina, where it kind of gets all vocodery and.
I feel like Ice Cream Piano's got a Bambina vibe. My favorite closer is Walcott because it's Walcott. That's the closer.
It's a classic. That's like the fat lady singing.
Yeah, it's a song about leaving.
If you want to get out fast, you should leave. When they say fuck the bears out in Provincetown, stand up and walk out of the garden.
Brad asks top 3 live Vampire Weekend songs and top 3 studio.
I'll throw Bambina in there again.
Yeah. Live or studio?
Definitely studio. I need to look up the set list from.
Yeah, I can't really say these are definitely my top 5, but like 2021, Joy, where they go into a cover of Apollo 100's Joy. It's a top live song.
Are we doing covers as well?
I'm gonna Obvious Bicycle into Son of a Preacher Man, and they'll go Stoneflower.
Stoneflower is great live.
And now that's like a locked in time moment with Brian Robert Jones out of the band. Probably won't be the same.
Oh yeah, that hurts. He also shredded on Boys Are Back in Town. I don't know if that'll hit the same.
On the other hand, they hire good musicians, so they got a new guitarist. He's probably pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited. See how they shake it up. I'll say I think the best studio song is Diplomat's Son. It like doesn't really translate live how it comes across in the studio. And it's probably my favorite Vampire Weekend song.
Not Diane Young?
Not Diane Young, I don't think. Diane Young is its own thing, but fantastic. That's such a one-off song in my mind. I think it was the first Vampire Weekend music video that like sort of shook me up, seeing them like make out with an espresso machine and smoke weed out of a saxophone.
Yeah.
I was like, I got these guys wrong. I really thought. But it's great. It feels like Elvis or something in some parts of it.
The vibe of EP3 was kind of, you've got us wrong.
Yeah.
We're actually sad. I'm going to say top 3 studio. Hot take. Mary Bone. Maybe Giving Up the Gun.
I was going to say that too.
And
I mean, Contra, I think, is the best studio album.
you're welcome to that take. That's number 5 for me.
Really? Despicable.
But I'll say I think you're a Contra for my third one, because that's a beautiful production. JJ, your top 3?
Are these top 3 studio tracks?
However you want to answer the question is fine.
Just top 3 whatever. I really like their Bruce Springsteen cover of I'm Going Down. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I listen to it a lot. I think that one's like a Spotify Sessions cover. So I think it's probably live recorded, but I like it. I love Giving Up the Gun. I think I mentioned in a past podcast episode of like how much I love how the guitars at the beginning remind me of like a helicopter. Sort of gives me like For What It's Worth vibes or Fortunate Son vibes that kind of go with the themes of the song. And I love Diane Young too, just because it feels so big. It feels explosive and just feels like there's so much going on with each instrument.
Connor, you kind of answered the question, but if you want to do a more
I
formal
sort of
answer, you can.
Slithered by.
You don't have to either.
Yeah. I've been trying to think of what my number 3 is. I think it's probably Diplomat's Son, Diane Young, and Flower Moon are the best studio.
Solid pick.
And the best live are Stoneflower. I think M79 is a treat. And Hannah Hunt, of course.
Nice. I wonder if we'll get M79 with violin this season.
It'd be cool.
Jimmy asks, what drew and continues to draw you to Vampire Weekend?
I was first introduced to them in 2007 or 8 when I was a freshman in high school. And like that was, it's a great time to start listening to your own music for once instead of whatever your dad has on in the car. And so I have a special attachment to them there. And then I just sort of like kind of strayed away from them until I met the dog. Yeah, then I brought it back into my life, and I love hearing people be passionate about things they love, and you certainly are passionate about them, and sort of revitalized my interest in them. And I love the different sound that they have and how they incorporate different instruments. And I don't know if this is going to get me canceled. I feel like incorporating like other cultures into the music, I think, gives it a unique taste. I wasn't around when Paul Simon did it, so I don't know. But yeah, and so here I am again. And his lyrics are hitting truer than ever as I'm also getting older. So.
The lyrics on LP5 hit hard.
I was drawn into Vampire Weekend in middle school. I had like a little track phone in one pocket and an iPod with the trilogy on it in the other. I loved the Paul Simon sound growing up with that kind of music on in the house. And the aesthetics really sucked me in. They've kept me there with the lore of it. I love how self-referential the lyrics can be. And the Wikipedia rabbit holes they've sent me down. And now I live in New York, so it's pretty awesome to walk outside and see half the things they're referencing.
Yeah, I'd say the fact that the three of us have spent or are spending a good part of our 20s in New York City, that certainly helps enjoy Vampire Weekend songs. My sister showed me LP1. I think she handed me a CD, but it was like a burned CD of LP1. It was like, I think you'll like this. And I did like it.
Nice. Shout out older sisters.
Yeah.
I have one.
Nice. Shout out.
Maybe they know each other.
I don't want to find out. And then, like, my best friend freshman year of high school also really liked Vampire Weekend. So we bonded over that. And then Contra came out that spring, or that winter. Liked Contra. Modern Vampires hit my senior year of high school, which was the year I moved to New York City. So that hit twice as hard for that reason. The lyrics have always been super solid. Music's always been super solid. There isn't really a bad Vampire Weekend song. I like the direction they've gone. The community they've inspired. It's all good. Any of the new songs feel like they would be a good opener or closer for a live show?
Well, you mentioned earlier Ice Cream Piano. I feel like when you select an opener for an album, you have to have it like in mind as an opener for a show, because it's a tone setter, you know.
It feels like a good one. Mellow start and then it bops.
You could end with Hope or Mary Boone.
For sure. I think Mary Boone would fit in well as like first encore song.
Yes. That would hit. I think it reminds me a lot of Hannah Hunt. We were also joking at the scavenger hunt that the band wouldn't show up, but Rostam would. Sort of like a Where's Waldo situation.
He's trying to get a signed album.